Means of self-realization. Master. To the actor. You ask me about self-realization. Longing is the means of realizing Atman. A man must strive to attain God with all his body, with all his mind, and with all his speech. Because of an excess of bile one gets jaundice. Then one sees everything as yellow. One perceives no color but yellow. Among you actors, those who take only the roles of women acquire the nature of a woman. By thinking of woman your ways and thoughts become womanly. Just so, by thinking day and night of God one acquires the nature of God. The mind is like white linen just returned from the laundry. It takes on the color you dip it in. Actor. But it must first be sent to the laundry. Master. Yes. First is the purification of the mind. Afterwards, if you direct the mind to the contemplation of God, it will be colored by God consciousness. Again, if you direct the mind to worldly duties, such as the acting of a play, it will be colored by worldliness. Sri Ramakrishna had rested on his bed only a few minutes when Hari Narayan, Narendra Banerjee, and other devotees arrived from Calcutta and saluted him. Narendra Banerjee was the son of the professor of Sanskrit at the Presidency College of Calcutta. Because of friction with other members of the family, he had rented a separate house where he lived with his wife and children. Narendra was a very simple and guileless man. He practiced spiritual discipline and, at the time of meditation, heard various sounds, the sound of a gong, and so on. He had traveled in different parts of India and he visited the master now and then. Narayan was a schoolboy 16 or 17 years old. He often visited the master, who was very fond of him. Hari lived with his brothers at their Bagbazar house. He had studied up to the matriculation class in the General Assembly institution. Then he had given up his studies and devoted his time at home to the contemplation of God, the reading of the scriptures, and the practice of yoga. He also visited the master now and then. Sri Ramakrishna often sent for Hari when he went to Balaram's house in Bagbazar. Master. To the devotees. I have heard a great deal about Buddha. He is one of the 10 incarnations of God. 2 Brahman is immovable, immutable, inactive, and of the nature of consciousness. When a man merges his buddhi, his intelligence, in Bodha, consciousness, then he attains the knowledge of Brahman. He becomes Buddha, enlightened. Nangta used to say that the mind merges in the buddhi, and the buddhi in Bodha, consciousness. The aspirant does not attain the knowledge of Brahman as long as he is conscious of his ego. The ego comes under one's control after one has obtained the knowledge of Brahman and seen God. Otherwise the ego cannot be controlled. It is difficult to catch one's own shadow. But when the sun is overhead, the shadow is within a few inches of the body. A devotee. What is the vision of God like? Master. Haven't you seen a theatrical performance? The people are engaged in conversation. When suddenly the curtain goes up, then the entire mind of the audience is directed to the play. The people don't look at other things any longer. Samadhi is to go within oneself like that. When the curtain is rung down, people look around again. Just so, when the curtain of Maya falls, the mind becomes externalized. To Narendra Banerjee, you have traveled a great deal. Tell us something about the sadhus. Narendra told the story of 2 yogis in Bhutan who used to drink daily a pound of the bitter juice of neem leaves. He had also visited the hermitage of a holy man on the bank of the Narmada. At the sight of the Bengali Babu dressed in European clothes, the sadhu had remarked, "He has a knife hidden under his clothes, next to his belly." Quote,